you've spent the money, you've got the top-tier hardware. We're talking the fastest processor, a monster of a graphics card, gigabit internet, the works. But when you actually fire up a game or a really demanding application, something just feels off. What if the real performance bottlenecks aren't even listed on the spec sheet? So let's pull back the curtain, shall we? We're going to dive into some of the invisible forces that really dictate your PC's true performance. Forget the marketing hype for a second. We're talking about everything from the simple geography of your internet all the way to the secret, hidden history of a component you thought was a total bargain. All right, here's our game plan. We're going to cover the geography of lag, how to tame your graphics card, the huge gamble of secondhand hardware, and finally, how to really decode your power supply. Stick around, because you'll see how these hidden things can totally make or break your entire experience. First up, let's solve a mystery that drives online gamers absolutely crazy. Why can someone in one city have this massive, almost unfair advantage over another person just a few hundred miles away? Let's take Vietnam as a perfect example. Up in the capital, Hanoi, a gamer might be getting a ping around 30 milliseconds. Not bad, but head down south to Saigon and it's a blistering 5 milliseconds. That is a gigantic difference. And here's the kicker. It has absolutely nothing to do with who has a better, more expensive internet plan. It all comes down to simple physics. Okay, so let's follow the data packet on its little journey. Most of the game servers for that region are in big hubs like Singapore or Hong Kong. When that game data travels to Vietnam, the massive undersea internet cables make landfall, you guessed it, in the south. So the data hits Saigon first, and only then does it have to travel all the way up the country, over land, to get to Hanoi. That extra physical journey is what adds all that time, all that ping. And that's the key takeaway here. Ping is a measurement of physical distance and time, not just connection speed. You literally can't buy your way out of it with a faster internet package. And a VPN? That would just add another detour, making your ping even worse. The only real solution is to physically move closer to the server. Okay, let's switch gears from the world outside your PC to the world inside it. Now, how on earth can giving your incredibly powerful, power-hungry graphics card less power somehow make it perform better? I know, it sounds completely backward, but it's one of the best-kept secrets for unlocking stable, peak performance. It's a total paradox, right? We're always told more power equals more speed, plain and simple. But when it comes to modern GPUs, sometimes the biggest performance killer is actually having too much of a good thing. Let's break this down. It's pretty simple, actually. GPU manufacturers ship their cards with a sort of one-size-fits-all voltage setting. It's set higher than it needs to be just to guarantee that every single chip off the assembly line works. But that extra, unneeded voltage generates a ton of heat. And when that card gets too hot, its own safety features kick in and it throttles. It slows itself down to cool off. So by carefully reducing the voltage, you lower the heat. And if you lower the heat, the card never has a reason to throttle. It just runs at its maximum speed, its boost clock, consistently, without ever slowing down. But, and this is a huge but, here is the critical warning. This is considered an expert tweak for a very good reason. Your computer's basic settings, the BIOS, they're designed to keep things stable for everyone. If you go in there and start changing things without knowing exactly what you're doing, you can easily make your system unstable and cause all sorts of crashes. So you only want to go down this road if you're really ready to learn and experiment carefully. And now for a bit of a cautionary tale. Let's talk about the siren song of a great deal on a used graphics card, and the secret life that card might have lived before it got to you. This right here is a classic symptom of a much, much deeper problem. A user buys a used card, it seems totally fine, gaming is smooth, no issues. But the second they fire up a professional app, like Premiere Pro or some 3D modeling software, boom, the whole system just crashes. So what in the world is going on? Well, this is the estimated chance that a popular secondhand card from the last big crypto boom, like say an RTX 2060 12GB, was used for 24/7 cryptocurrency mining. These cards weren't just used, they were absolutely run into the ground, nonstop. And here's why that matters. Mining doesn't wear out a GPU evenly. Instead, it hammers very specific parts of the card over and over and over again, like the processing cores, the CUDA cores, and the card's memory, the VRAM. This creates these tiny points of failure that might not even show up when you're just playing a game. But an application like Premiere Pro, it's going to call on those exact, worn-out, degraded components, and that's what triggers the crash. It's a hidden weakness, just waiting for the right kind of workload to expose it. So the bottom line is this. When you're buying used hardware, the most important spec isn't printed on the box, it's the seller's honesty. A seller who's upfront about a card's mining history is infinitely more trustworthy than one who tries to hide it. That transparency is everything because it lets you make an informed decision about the risk you're taking. All right, finally, let's talk about the single most underrated component in any PC build, the power supply unit, or PSU. It's the silent hero of your build, or it's the potential villain that can take down your entire system in a blaze of glory. You see that little 80+ sticker on the box, and you think, awesome, this thing is certified, it must be good quality, right? Well, not exactly. That sticker only guarantees one thing, power efficiency. It tells you absolutely nothing about the actual quality or reliability of the parts inside. You see, here's how it works. The 80+ organization doesn't test every single unit that rolls off the line. A manufacturer sends them a few golden samples, perfect units, to get that certification. But after they get the sticker, they could totally switch to cheaper, lower quality internal components. And that is where brand reputation becomes your only real shield. Think about it. A big, established brand with a reputation built over decades simply cannot afford to risk that reputation by selling you junk. But a new, no-name brand, they can sell a bunch of cheap units and just disappear tomorrow. You're not just buying a metal box, you're buying the trust and the track record of the company that built it. And please, remember this. The power supply is the one part you should never, ever skimp on. When a cheap PSU fails, it often doesn't just die quietly. It can send a deadly surge of incorrect voltage through your whole system, frying your expensive motherboard, your CPU, and your graphics card right along with it. It's a massive gamble that is just not worth taking. So as you can see, building a truly high-performance PC is about so much more than just picking parts with the biggest numbers on the box. From the physical laws of how data travels across the globe to the secret history of a used component, the factors that really impact your performance are often hidden just beneath the surface. Understanding these invisible forces is the real key to building a smarter, faster, and more reliable machine. It's about looking past the marketing slogans and really understanding how things actually work. So take a hard look at your own setup. What hidden variable might you be overlooking?
If you enjoy this video, please like, share, subscribe and hit the bell to the later update from my channel. Thank you for watching till the end and see you in the next video.